Well, judging from the carving on your desk, it looks like his name is Ozzy.
Yes, and apparently he rules.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, my first reaction to seeing this hilarious headline in Variety was, what? Question mark? Why? Because they acquired Lucasfilm so they would have a boys IP. And they still haven't been able to get Generation Z to the movies. Now, as somebody who watches Lucasfilm very closely, and everybody who comes here knows that we know what the problem is. The problem is Kathleen Kennedy, and we'll talk about that. But they did acquire Lucasfilm in 2012 to have a boys' IP. And then they promptly turned it into a girls' IP. And then wondered why it's not doing so well. By the way, this article talks about how bad Lucasfilm has done and how bad Marvel is doing now. That the Fantastic Four isn't doing as well as they expected it, which is, I think people are a little bit sick of the Pedro Pascal type of masculinity. So why are they doing this? Because they cannot find within their own IPs something that'll get Gen Z gamer boys to the movies. And when you grow up in a society where being a boy is bad, and women like Kathleen Kennedy make damn sure every day that men are reminded about how bad they are, shall I bring up The Force Awakens, Han Solo, and The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker? That, look, if she had cared one bit about the stories themselves and the characters, J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson would not have been able to get away with what they did. But because she is a feminist to the point of batshit crazy, we got what we got. And Star Wars is naturally a guy's IP. I've said that 1,000 times. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But when you've got Kathleen Kennedy there, and you've got her only surrounded by women, and you've got executives in the Disney presidential, on the 7th floor at Disney saying, well, she made $2.3 billion in her first Star Wars movie. I think she's doing pretty good. Their whole idea of acquiring a boys' IP went out the window, right? So now they're looking for another boys' IP, and they've got one. And the only way they're going to be able to revive it is to go back to what worked. Not Daisy Ridley as Rey, not Kyle Ren as Darth Emo. Boys don't like that shit. I mean, they really don't. Go back to what works. Masculinity isn't toxic. Feminism, in the way it was portrayed in Kennedy's era of Star Wars, is toxic. But let's talk further.
I take it back. You're not unprofessional. You're a freaking loon.
I want to get out of here before her trainer shows up with a bucket of live mice for her pre-show feeding.
Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
Urinal cakes? I don't believe this. All these years, the doyenne of Seattle's elite, looking down her nose at everyone in sight. She owes it all to this. She's managed to have her urinal cake and eat it, too. Hello, Marta. Like to speak to Maris. Oh, why not? Ah. She's in the final level of her guru's serenity training, the week-long vow of silence, day 6. No, Marta, that's all right. She doesn't have to come to the phone. Just give her this message. I've flushed out her family secret. Hello, Maris.
I mean, we all know why Disney acquired Lucasfilm. It was a boys' IP. And they wanted a boys' IP so they could get that market. And what do? They turned it into a woke, feminist dumpster fire. Treated these two legendary characters like crap. Treated Leia like crap. That's what's wrong with Star Wars now, right? They feminized it, and it was never supposed to be feminized. And now they're looking for another boys' IP. So for what? What reason? Why? They have one. All they got to do is fix it. Get rid of the sequel trilogy, and get rid of the Acolyte, and then go on. Fix what they broke, and then they don't have to spend the money on a new IP in order to attract boys, because they have one right here. They have Marvel. Marvel is doing poorly, like I said. Why? Well, it was woke. I mean, Shang-Chi and Captain Marvel sucked. But, I think Marvel's issues has more to do with people are bored with superheroes and Pedro Pascal. All I have to do is say that. And that's one thing that they're going to have to contend with Mando and Grogu, and maybe keep Pedro Pascal behind the mask, because people are getting sick of him. I mean, he's in everything. One guy took a video at a theater, and all the posters, he was in every poster. And I'm like, why? Why? I mean, is this a movie star now? No, he's not a movie star. The guy in the dark jacket here is a movie star. Pedro Pascal is not. But, when you've got an IP like Star Wars, it appeals to boys. Why would you change it? Well, when the person who runs Lucasfilm is a god-awful, woke, fourth-wave feminist nutbag, as, Kelsey Grammer says, you're a freaking loon, in that little snippet I put there, you're not going to have what you bought, because she's going to change it. She wanted to change it. She wanted it to appeal to girls. It's like, but didn't Disney buy Lucasfilm to appeal to boys? And I can just see Kennedy looking at me like, what? And this is the issue. You have IPs that appeal to boys if you do it right. The problem is you didn't do it right. You're either wasting people's time with an actor everybody's sick of, Pascal, or you're allowing legacy characters like Han and Luke to get turned into hamburger by the fourth wave feminist, batshit crazy president of Lucasfilm, because she wants it to appeal to girls, and only girls, which is really weird because, in 1977, the stories appealed to all of us, right? I mean, we were the geeky girls who people made fun of in high school when we were wearing our Han Solo t-shirts, and I had one. And it's like, but that was okay. That was fine. There were girls that loved it. And why would you change it? Why? Because for Kennedy, running Lucasfilm wasn't a career high. It was her place to insert feminist bullshit everywhere. And she has said it a million times. This is what she wanted to do. She went against every reason why Lucasfilm was purchased by Disney. And she took a boy's IP and turned it into woke shit. She hired the wrong directors. She cast legacy characters poorly. And then wonders why people hate her. I mean, look, I've got video of her saying, these movies aren't for you. Well, who are they for? Because the audience she told everybody was there wasn't there. I mean, unless they're a ghost audience and no one saw them. Because they're sure as hell not paying money for the tickets. I mean, look at the box office. I mean, what is wrong with showing Luke running the Jedi Academy, Han and Leia being happy together with a bunch of kids, and something going on in the galaxy that they have to address. There's nothing wrong with that. Yet here we are. Poorly written, I mean really poorly written, soft reboot of the franchise. Because, you've got Bob Iger, who probably was worried about, any whispers of the prequels. And it's like, look, fuckstick, the prequels were good. You guys, and they're starting to find out people liked them. Which is why you see Hayden everywhere, right? That's part of the reason why this happened. And that's part of the reason why they kicked George out. What he wanted to do was too deep into the lore. Now, they don't think normies would have gone to that, but normies would have gone if people like me would have said, you have to go see this is fantastic, right? But they allowed the boys' IP they bought to be turned into this woke, fourth-wave feminist dumpster fire, and now they have to fix it. And they're wasting more money looking for an original boys' IP because they want Generation Z boys. How's this? Why don't you, listen closely, just fix Star Wars and turn it back to what it was, a boys' IP, and the girls will come, all right? Unbelievable. This is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.